Alright, now we proceed to task 3, which says monitoring PLC tag status and user-defined web page without auto refresh. Now I would like to also introduce you that you can monitor PLC tag status in the PLC web server without the web page, but you can also define a web page. So we see both the options, and whichever you like, you can do that. So first of all, I would like to show you in my tablet. So let me just unlock it, and I hope you can see on my screen the tablet is here, and in this tablet I want to show you where you can monitor the PLC variables. So if you go to the PLC station, and let me just refresh it just to check it's the latest web page, and here on the left you will see variable status. Okay, now let me open the PLC as well so that we can verify the variable status. So this is my PLC programming, and let me just download this logic. So this has a small logic which says a start tag M2.0 and is energizing a motor, and there is some instruction for moving the value. So I'm going to download this logic, and then I'm going to show you how you can monitor this tag in the PLC web server. So I'll just load this one, couple of seconds, and finish. Okay, now let's go to online. And if I show you my PLC tags, I will open my PLC tag. It says motor, start, data, and error. Just 4 tags I have here. So the first tag is M2.0, which is false. So if I write here variable M2.0, this is my variable, and this is binary variable, and click monitor value. And this page will refresh. You see, every time when you want to monitor, it will refresh the page, and it says 2#0. 2 means it's a boolean, and #0 this result, which is false. So if I make it true in my PLC, now this is true, output is also true. So I will just refresh it again, and you will see the result coming to #1. So this is one way to monitor it. And similarly, you have another variable which is Q0.0 go. Oh, wait a second. Yeah, this is 1 as well, which is also true. And then you have variable MW3, which is a word. So let's say MW3, and I need to check the data type as well. It's not binary, it's showing in the binary, but we can change it to decimal, and you will see the result, which is 50. So if I just turn it off, now it is off. So I will refresh again, or I will just click monitor value, and you will see the result. So this is one way you can monitor the value in your web server. But if you really like to have a user-defined web page in which you can put your name of your application, name of your company, your logo, stuff like that, then you can generate a web page. So let's come back to our task to generate a web page. Now here you notice this is the web page layout, where I have start bit M0.0, motor bit, data, and these are the results. So these are the textual value, these are the static value, and these are the dynamic value. Dynamic means it will keep on changing based on the PLC information. So I have an HTML code and I have a PLC code. So let's break down this code. So the first step is I will show you the PLC code. In PLC code, you just have a bit which is triggering the output and moving the values. Simple as that. And this is the same instruction we noticed when we did the hello world example. Okay, there is no changes in that. The only changes, we have changed the index.html file. So let's check out from where it is reading the value. So just to clear it up, I will go back to its property of web server, which is here. So it is reading the value somewhere in my HTML source. Okay, I cannot see it because it's online, but anyways, this is my task 3. So inside that I have 2 files. Now if you see in my presentation as well, I have written plus my style.css. I'm using a style because I want to display everything in a different manner. You know, I want to show big titles with a green background, or black or blue, whatever you want. Then I have a subtitle, then I have a line, and then I have a table. So I need a style for my web page. So it's optional. If you don't want a style, you can just display just like we were doing for Hello World without style.css. But in our case, we would like to have that one. So if you have a bit of knowledge about CSS or HTML, you know what I'm talking about. But if you are totally unaware of HTML, this is just giving the layout, how to define the colors, the background, and the font size. Everything is here. So first of all, I would like to show you this one in my style. For example, you see from the starting, it has a margin for the body and the font family, Arial, the font weight, bold, and for example, the color, the padding, the text alignment, the margins again, the width. So this is the properties for the label. For the container, its width is 100%, and so on. You have some headers and footers, some title 1, title 2. So these just define the font, weight, width, height, border, margins. So this is just what the style is doing. Now when we go to the index.html, this is the most interesting part, because this defines how we are reading the value. Okay, so initially you see there we have mentioned the link for the style sheet. The style sheet which I'm using is mystyle.css. This is important. So this name is actually coming from here, your CSS file. So this should be here. The rest you can keep it same. I will not deep down inside the HTML programming, but this is very easy if you want to make changes, because I will share this code and you can make some changes. And then you have a container, and then you have a header. So in the header, you will see that the Siemens S7-1200 server is what you see here. Monitoring PLC tag status is what you see here. All right, what I do is I will just open this HTML file and I will show you a result simultaneously. Okay, this is here. Now that's my HTML file. So S7-1200, if I put a hyphen here, so this is actually changing my title. So if I refresh, you can see the hyphen here. So this is the exact replica of what is happening here. Monitoring PLC tag status, that's okay. And this is the date now. Yeah, I think this is not functioning. So it is just putting a static value. And you can also maybe just remove it. I don't need to display that. It's gone, because date and time is also coming in my tablet in my Siemens web server. Anyways, then you have a monitoring, a heading monitoring here, which is coming here. And then I have defined a table. This is the border, pixel of the border, cell padding, cell spacing, background color, alignment, center. And here is the interesting part. This is th start bit m2.0. This is a static number. And after that, in the second column, I have written this. This is the main thing. Colon equivalent to start equal. Colon equivalent to start colon. This is actually the tag. Similarly, for q0.0, it's the motor, and mw3 is the data. Now, where these values are coming. So if I go back to my PLC, if I go to my PLC tag, this is the name, motor, start, and data. This is the name I put here. So for the start bit, this is the start bit, which is m2.0. So m2.0 has the tagging of start. Okay, that's what I want to show in this table. Similarly, tagging for motor is here, and tagging for data is here, just like this one. You don't have to worry about the data type. Just put the name of the tag here, and whatever value is coming in this tag will be displayed in the HTML page. Okay, so this is it. You just have to mention the tag here and make more tables. You can define different tables for different applications. For example, you have a robotic arm. You can write robotic arm data monitoring, and you can write sensor 1, sensor 2, and you can put the tags. And then you have, suppose, conveyor. You can do that for conveyor as well. So you will monitor every tag information here. All right, so that's it. You just have an HTML page and you have a CSS style, and you are ready to go. So let's now download this in the PLC. Now I have made some changes in my HTML file. So every time when you make some changes, remember you have to go to your web server and rebuild the blocks. This is important. So you go here. I will go offline, because if I'm online I can't see that. And maybe I save this. And oh, sometime it's not accessible. Okay, let me just, this happened before as well, I don't know. So let me just restart the program. This should solve the problem 3.1. When I rebuild the project, it will rebuild the hexadecimal coding for this project and push it to the PLC. So project view, and I go back to my PLC device configuration, and you also have to make sure you put the right address. If you put the right address here, so this address is going for task 3. You can see that in the end is task 3, and this is the address of my folder. sorry, not this one, not this one, in the web, task 3. Yeah, so I'm putting the address, this whole address here, so that the PLC know which HTML file I have to pick up. So here, rest of the settings are same. Just put the address, put the application name, generate blocks, and it says to already exist, but I have made some changes, so I will override them. So it will refresh the blocks. I'm absolutely ready now to download the program, and we download the program. So the only thing which will change in the HTML pages, instead of these values in, wait a second, stop all. Instead of these start motor data, you will have the actual value coming from the PLC. And you know this is the syntax for the addressing. So it's downloaded. Now I will go back to my web server, refresh it. I can also do that in my tablet. I will go to user pages, and maybe I will refresh it first. Yeah, now you can see that it's saying task 3. Let's open this one. This is my task 3. Here you can see in the web page in my computer, and here as well you can see that in my tablet. So it's 0075. Let's go back to my PLC and let's energize this bit. Okay, now this is false, output is 0, and the value is 75 by default. So I'm going to make it true. Now it's true. This will remain 0 because we have to refresh it. So I will refresh this web page here, and I will refresh my web page in my tablet, and at the both side you can see the value has been updated. 1 means it's true, this is also true, and the value is 50. Again, if I turn it off, 0, I have to refresh it. Now this refreshing might be annoying. You might be saying, oh, why all the time we have to refresh it? But don't worry, in the next lesson we will see how to have automatic refresh. Then you can just display your data, and the user can see your data wherever he's there. He can just log in and put the web server address, and he can see the data. So this is interesting. I hope you have some applications in your mind where you can use it, and I would say just use it. So I'll see you in the next video about how to make automatic refresh. Stay tuned.